Yo, what's going on, Team Tweedie? I hope you're all super well. Welcome to another episode of #AskTweedie. I'm from the future. The vlogs haven't quite caught up to speed yet, hence why I've got a haircut, I've shaved my beard, I'm looking a bit different. Give it a bit of time, I think it's going to get better. But yeah, that's basically it. It is currently Thursday, so I'm recording this on the day of the episode, and I know it's weird for you, weird for some of you who live in like Australia, New Zealand, and other places of the world, not in Europe. #AskTweedie, Tuesday and Thursday for you guys is like Wednesday and Friday. So I'm sorry about that, but that's just how it goes. It's just how the upload schedule is. So basically this is the show where I answer your questions related to football and just give you my opinion on it or my advice for some of you, depending on the question. So let's crack straight into it. We won't say the name on this one because they've asked not to. So he says, trials are on right now and I've been working so hard on fitness and training to be ready. However, I always seem to perform not as good as I could at the trials. What are some of your tips for playing well at trials? Okay, this is an interesting one. I really like this idea that I have about trials because the problem is I haven't implemented it because I haven't gone for a trial for a team for quite a long time. But when I went to UK football trials, that was a bit different because it's not really a trial. It's difficult. The last time I actually tried for a proper team was under 18s. Different. So I tried for the National Youth League teams in Australia not so long ago, and one of the things I like to do is, first off, you have to be confident in your ability. If you go there doubting yourself, this is a massive one. At the beginning of my trials with Sydney FC with their youth team, I didn't think I was good as the other players, and once that starts to creep in your head, you start to doubt yourself, you start to doubt your ability, and when you make a mistake, you think, man, should I be here? Am I better than some of these players? And you start comparing yourself. So be confident in your ability. If you think you're up to that level, then be confident with that. The second thing I would say is try not to view it as a trial. I know that's difficult, but if you can look at it as an experience to learn from and develop as a player, because if you're going to a team where you end up getting cut, you're not at that level yet. So if you can look at these players, let's say you're trialing for a decent level team, but you don't get picked. It's a really good experience for you to go there, look at the other players, see what sort of standard you're up to, and then see what you need to work on to get to their level. When I've come to Spain here, these players, some are better than me, and their ability to play in tight spaces is very, very good and be calm under pressure. So I look at that and I go, okay, that's something I need to work on and I could implement into my game to get better. But a trial, it's a bit different. You have one or two goes. So a lot of people say, you know, play your normal game, play how you would play in a game. Sure, you can, and I suggest you do, but what really is a normal game? And it's difficult to say what your normal game is because like, how can you have I'm just going to play this way for today? I would say stick to what you know. If you're playing as a winger, stick to what you've been taught, whether it's staying out wide, coming inside, things like that, and just be yourself. I would say, instead of playing your own game, I'd say be yourself. If you think you're a creative player, then play it like you would play a game. Try and be creative. Try and dribble players if that's your game. If your game is as a centre back to distribute the ball well from the back and then help the team build up, then that's your game. So I would say stick to what you know. And hopefully that helps. Trials are difficult because that's something I haven't faced for a while, and looking at my journey so far, I haven't trialed for enough teams, but I go into training sessions, and I know a lot of you guys who are a bit younger, you go into a trial where you have 60 kids or 60 players trialing against each other. When you go into a trial for a team, let's say a training session, I would say just give it your all. You've got 100. You have to give 100%, whether that's focus. Focus is one. You have to give 100% in fitness, for example, 100% in your ability to beat players. You have no room to mess up. But take note of what the other players are doing so that you can learn from them and get better. Question number 2. I'm 12 years old. I'm not fast enough for my club's first team. What do I do? I love this question because so many questions. I get so many questions. People are so concerned about the fact of I need to be faster. I need to be quicker. And look, at the end of the day, I don't know who's an example. I can't think of an example off the top of my head. Pace is a very good asset to have. You look at Mbappe, very fast player, and that has helped him in his career. But let's say you're a winger that's not fast. Maybe you need to move away from winger because a winger's attributes may not fit you. Maybe you need to move into a defensive midfielder or a centre back. So try and stick to your position with the attributes that you have. Working on, what was the question again? I forget already. So he's not fast enough to make it into his club first team. What do I do? So speed is one thing, but how fast do you really need to be to make it into the first team? And look, I think if you're a very good player, then speed doesn't come into it. And I've been told I'm too small before, and I think if you're being told by the coach that you're not fast enough, I think they use that as an excuse to not put you in the team. If you're very good on the ball but you're not quick enough, it's just hard to explain because being quick helps, but if you're slow and technically good, and let's say take Toni Kroos as an example. I've never seen him being a quick player. He picks the ball up, he's slow, but he has the ability to drop his shoulder and then accelerate away. And his acceleration may not be quick, but his ability to drop the shoulder and fake the defender to go one way and then he goes the other is very good. And that's what helps him. So if you're a winger, let's say you're a slow winger, maybe you need to drop your shoulder better. Maybe you need to work on your 1v1 skills. It's not all about pace, and I think a lot of you guys get caught up in that. It's not about pace, it's what you do with the ball. Sure, if you're getting balls played over the top, you need to be quicker, but instead of looking for the ball over the top, maybe you look for the ball to your feet, and you just need to play to your strengths, I would say. So, like, guys, stop being concerned with your pace. Try and use the attributes that you have now and get better on them, because it's very difficult to become faster. You're born, your muscle fibers, you either have, I think it's fast twitch muscle fibers or slow twitch. And if you have fast twitch, you're going to be quick. If you have slow twitch, then you're not going to be that fast. And that's something that you're born with. So you're either fast or you're slow. And you might be able to move it like a couple seconds, how would you measure that? You might be able to move a little bit faster. Are you going training?
Yeah.
See ya.
See ya.
You might be able to run a little bit quicker, but it's a difficult thing to change. So stop focusing on how fast you are. Start focusing on what you can do with the situation and tools. And when I say tools, what you have with your attributes now, because work on your 1v1s. That's all I can say. Stop getting caught up in your speed. Work on other stuff. Okay. Oh, this is a question everybody has been asking me. Even people, when I've gone to trial for clubs, people ask me this as well. How do you support yourself financially? Yeah, that's basically it. How do I support myself financially to do this journey and this challenge of 365 days to become a professional football player? Well, I've made a video on this before, and if you haven't seen it, it's going to be in one of these corners, if I don't forget that is. But I coach football in Australia, and I did that for a couple of years. I saved money. You ask anyone, I was saving money like crazy. The only thing I bought were boots. I bought a couple pairs of shoes because I needed those. I thought I was lacking in that department. And yeah, I would say if you're going to go on this journey, you need to save your money. Don't go out clubbing. Don't go out drinking. Just save your money. You don't need to buy an Xbox. Like, I was going out and buying an Xbox and then selling it for $50 profit. And that's just so I could support myself when I got on this journey. So save your money, work hard, and that's it. Like, I haven't had much. I've had a little bit of help from my dad, but like, I've just worked hard, man. I've hustled, I've grinded, and the results help. I'm able to stay in Spain. I'm able to fly to England, and you know, it's about the grind. It's not just about on the field, but part of the journey is if you're going to another country, you need to be able to live. You can't just expect to live off a pro contract or a semi-pro contract where you earn £100 a week, but you need £500 a week to live. So that's kind of how I view it. But anyway, this camera is running out of battery, so I'm going to end it there. I hope I covered everything well. If you have any questions for tomorrow, no, not tomorrow's, next episode, let me know in the comments. I think that's it. Team Tweedie, I'm signing out. Make sure you leave a like on this video. Subscribe if you're new around here. Join the journey. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.